Well, everyone, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I know we only got two games instead of three, but I figured it would be a good time to talk about today's games. Hopefully, everyone had a great holiday, and we had two matchups, probably not the best on paper, but I mean, it's football and it's Thanksgiving. They just go together. Sadly, the Steelers Ravens game got moved back to Sunday, which is the one game I actually cared about, but at least we're still getting it this week unless something changes. So in the 12:30 slot we had the Lions and Texans. And the records are horrible, just like the other game we'll talk about later. But the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, it's a tradition. And just like in Detroit fashion, they got stomped on their own field by a 3-7 Texans team. However, especially after beating the Pats last week and a strong outing by Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, and the gang today, the Texans might have a shot at running the table. I mean, I doubt it because damage has already been done and their schedule to finish off the season features Indianapolis twice, including some other tough foes. So, I don't know, but they are showing a lot of promise, especially after Bill O'Brien left. Romeo Crennel does not get enough credit as a coordinator and as a head coach in the NFL for years. He's been a mastermind. I know he went through the New England organization during the early parts of the first dynasty. So it was 41-26, I believe. Wasn't even that close, really. And it was close starting out, but then Watson just turned on the gears like he did last week and just throttled that defense. He looked great, threw 3 or 4 touchdowns, I believe, including one on a trick play. And yeah, Detroit just looked bad, as always. Matt Patricia's really struggling to get things going up there. And then, so we had the 4:30 slot, which was an NFC least rivalry and a tradition for Thanksgiving. No matter how bad, the Cowboys had to play at home, of course, against the Redskins. Oh, my bad, pardon me. The Washington football team. And let's say the team with the redacted name absolutely whooped on America's favorite team. It was very ugly. Andy Dalton struggled all day, and I mean, they lost 2 linemen just to add to all their other countless injuries. You can tell this team's ran by Dak, and without him, they're horrible. And even with him, they're pretty mediocre, although he has good stats. Zeke's terrible this year. I think he's pretty overrated, and he just looked horrible today. Another fumble. And if you give up 41 points to the football team, that's pretty bad. Chase Young had some good plays today. He is a bright, rising star in the league. And overall, I was glad to see Alex Smith finally have a good game, a solid win 2 weeks in a row. And they are easily the best team in the NFC least. The Giants are all right, but the Eagles and Cowboys are awful. The Giants are pretty bad as well, but on an NFC East standard, they're pretty okay. But I think the Redskins are going to end up running away with that dumpster fire of a division. So anyways, no 8:30 game like we were hoping for in the one good matchup we expected to have. I was expecting a Steelers win because I just don't think the Ravens have it this year. I think Pittsburgh is at least going to run the table. Don't think they'll go undefeated, but I think they'll probably go 15-1, 14-2, and have a good chance at winning the Super Bowl. They are a more complete team than the Chiefs. So anyways, we'll look ahead to Sunday. I will be in Cincinnati for the Giants-Bengals game. Myself and Nate Neal will be vlogging from that game, so stay tuned for that. I will be in a Burrow jersey, spoiler alert. Sorry, Pats fans, and I mean, Pats are my team, but I love Joe Burrow, and they're basically my de facto home team. So we'll be vlogging from there, and at 4:30, the Pats play the Cardinals. God rest our souls. So, should be a good weekend of football. Stay safe, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.